Hi guys, and thanks for watching our weather update on July 26th, 2023. So, today we've got our winds in from the west, so it's a westerly wind, it's moist, it's humid, it's muggy, and it's moisture laden. So with that, we've seen a lot of cloud moving in from the west, and as you can see, if we go back, we can just see the way we had a big front come through today, this big wall of cloud here. And behind it, there is some low cloud remaining, so it's quite misty, murky, dank, grossy, gloomy. All those words are sort of like just a bit drizzly, murky, quite horrible, and it's humid as well. The radar really shows that quite nicely. This big wall of rain is now over the UK. Some lingering big showers over Northern Ireland. Actually, we actually do have some storms over Armagh over here. We do have some strikes of lightning there. Quite interestingly, actually. So if we run that forward, you can see a large area of rain, but a few strikes there around Monaghan, and as it moved eastwards towards Armagh as well. So, quite surprisingly, a few storms are actually forming over South Ulster. Now, yesterday we did sort of mention the fact that a few downpours would form over the east and northeast country, and I guess they verified, and actually a bit thundery. Okay, so this is the 5-day forecast from the high-res UKV. So, today's massive rain clearing away. Although on today's UKV, it didn't really show the big downpours. There is a heavy cell there over South Ulster there this evening. That cleared off tonight, and tonight is basically just some sort of murky, humid, breezy night. Very warm as well. I'll show you the temperatures in a second. Tomorrow, westerly winds, starting off gloomy and drizzly, but I think cloud will gradually break off into the afternoon. But some showers will form over the east tomorrow afternoon before they gradually die away. And tomorrow evening for the east is quite nice. Fair weather, clouds around, and quite warm. Though in the west, some more cloud. But I think that will be mainly high-based clouds. Will push in. Into Thursday night, we see a high cloud moving from the west. It's quite a cloudy night, although the cloud will be high-based, so not entirely overcast. Into Friday, we see a band of showery rain moving towards the west coast. Showers forming elsewhere quite widely. You can see there. And into Friday night, this little band of downpours gradually moves eastwards of the country before fading away. And in Saturday, Saturday is basically a day of big downpours quite widely across the country. Some hail and thunder mixed in. Into Sunday, showers for the north, but increasingly we see this band of rain. That's a warm front move in from the southwest, and that will lead to a warm sector on Sunday evening before the cold front moves through Sunday nights and into Monday. And I think on Monday we see more showers after the cold front. So it's very zonal, very westerly, classic low pressure domination of the weather. So really quite interesting. For me, for anyone else who likes this sort of cool and wet, showery weather, but if you like hot and dry weather, it's not really your cup of tea, is it? So going through the temperatures, we can see going through tonight, quite a muggy night. Actually, the warm temperatures are sort of spreading up from the southwest. So we actually that's strange. There's some sort of error in the charts here. That happens to be Thursday. But anyway, we can skip that, and it's going to be a very mild night. So very horrible for sleeping. Into Thursday, we see high temperatures reaching around like the low 20s. Anywhere southeast of the line from Dundalk off towards Roscommon, Easton, Sligo, Leitrim, down towards Tipperary, and off towards Cork. Now, off into tomorrow night, cooler nights, and we see temperatures dropping away towards 10 degrees in the east, 12 in the west. Off into Friday morning and afternoon, temperatures rise again as you expect to around the high teens, possibly scraping 20 over the eastern part of Leinster, or north of Dublin, I'd say, like Meath, Louth, West Meath, Dublin. Off into Friday night, we see low teens very widely. Saturday, temperatures rise up towards the high teens in the southeast. Elsewhere, the mid to high teens, especially cool over West Ulster. Up into Sunday morning, temperatures fall down towards 10 to 13 degrees. Mildest in the swathe from Wexford towards Clare, also over North Ulster and over Kerry. And up into Sunday, it's quite interesting, really. So, while the sun is still shining ahead of the warm front, temperatures getting the high teens towards 20 degrees. Where it's raining because of the warm front, and where the warm air isn't really in yet ahead of the front, but where it's raining, temperatures really do drop towards the mid-teens. But after the warm front, into the warm sector, despite the fact that the sun won't be shining, temperatures still getting towards the high teens. That's just, we got that mild, moist, humid air mass in place. Up into Monday morning, 3 a.m, another muggy night. Warm sector conditions, so high teens in the east, mid-teens in the west. Before Monday is another warm day, actually. In the east, getting towards 20 degrees, in the west, towards the high teens. Just show the humidity for a second, actually. Now, where is it? There we go. Humidity. So, if we go through it tonight, very high humidity tonight. In the reds, above 90, very widely. And yesterday I explained that because of the very high humidity levels, it will make it harder to sleep. Simply because when you sweat, the sweat evaporates from the skin to cool you down. If it's humid, it's harder for it to evaporate. So in the end, you're slathered in this horrible, warm, moist, horrible sweat, and that keeps you feeling horrible, uncomfortable, just ugh. And that is what keeps you awake all night, searching for some respite from this muggy air. So that's just something to watch out for tonight. Very humid air. Also on Sunday night, I think, as the warm sector pushes in, some very humid air again. Not quite as humid, I don't think, with this batch of humid air, but still into the 90s quite widely. So again, Sunday night is one to watch. Now this is the NAO index observed and GFS forecasted, and the NAO is the North Atlantic Oscillation, and this index the index is on the y-axis, the date on the x-axis, and we can see that the black line here, this bold black line, so far in July has been below the neutral line. This line here that equates to an index of 0. You can see. So that explains why we've had this cool and wet July so far, and it's been caused by blocking over Iceland and Greenland, and that shunted the storm track, the low pressure systems, the jet stream further south towards Ireland and the UK and areas around us, and that's kept most parts of northern and western Europe cool over the past few weeks, the past month. But over the southeast of Europe, that has led to this heat dome. The jet stream that has dived southwards over Europe has trapped that heat over the south of Europe. And, day on day, the heat just built and built and built. And we ended up with nearly record-breaking temperatures for those areas. So just to explain that is what happens. And for the next few days, the NAO is staying negative up until the very final day, the very final days of July. So then the NAO goes to more neutral phases and stays there into the first few days of August. So that's just that the Azores high, and that is the feature that brings us our summer weather, our lovely heat waves. That is going to strengthen somewhat, but probably not enough to properly bring us decent weather. So this is the, if we can get to work, this is the GFS 12 there run. I agree with that, and we can go ahead. Even though I don't understand German, okay? I don't know. Anyway, going through. This is the GFS 12 stage one. So, low pressure coming in tomorrow and into the weekend, bringing showers, spells of rain, and cool weather. Saturday, could see some big downpours. Into Sunday, we see some rain moving up from another area of low, and we just keep it as flat as a pancake. Westerly winds, low to the north, high to the south, but the low will be the dominant factor. And look at that, into early August, northerly winds come in, followed by a transient ridge on August 4th, but yet another low comes in for the 5th and the 6th of August, before high pressure builds late on August 6th, and tries to bring us some decent weather, but on August 7th, another low just comes and spoils the party, and look at that, some sort of glitch there. Winds in from the west into August 10th and into August 11th. So by then, there's also a trying to ridge, and this time it looks more definitively possible that the high will actually ridge over us and sort of sustain itself for a long period of time, because the low pressure by then is over Iceland and Greenland, and that's where it normally is at this stage, and the Azores like isn't quite strong. But that is a long way off and should be taken with great big pinches of salt. So this is the ECM run. So again, that trough coming through today, bringing the rain. But then that area of low pressure is still over Iceland. And that gradually moves in, so showers, day by day getting heavier and more widespread, culminating in a very showery day on Saturday. Before on Sunday, showers ease away before that other area of low pressure comes in, bringing its rain, followed by showers into early next week. Again, winds try to go northerly there into early August, and they do, and big low pressure over the North Sea, so showery with that, very cool, and into August 5th, transient ridge, but there's a deep low to our west, probably coming in for next day. This is the UK Met run. Please work for me, thank you. So again, we see that low pressure coming in. Very, very similar. So very showery Saturday. Brief bump of high pressure there on Saturday night, Sunday, before the next area of low comes in Sunday night, Monday. Winds go northerly on August 2nd, before a transient ridge there forms on August 2nd. But that next low there will probably come right in hot on its heels. The GEM run us like this. So low pressure coming in from the west through the weekend, into next week, start of August. We keep it westerly, we keep it zonal, we keep it very unsettled, and we keep the low pressure in, no respite at all, by August 5th, deep low to our north, pulling in the winds from that cool and showery westerly or even northwesterly direction. The Icon run. Will it offer any hope to any of us who are longing for some summer sunshine? Again, low pressure coming in this weekend, showery. Rainy on Sunday, followed by more showers Monday. Deep lows. Transit ridge on Wednesday, doesn't last long. More low pressure. If I could be given €1 for every time I said low pressure doing this video, I'd be rich. And finally, the arpege run. Look at that. Low pressure. Gathering all these zeros up, guys. Anyway, we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video, despite this bad content, for anyone who wants summer back. I'll see you tomorrow.